Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my June beauty favorites, and I have a good amount of products, not a ton, but definitely some new discoveries as well as some old favorites. I've been sneaking in a lot of like old favorites that I've reviewed a ton on my blog in my recent monthly favorites just because I'm using them regularly. So, I mean, those are the products that I'm loving for that month, and I felt like it's necessary to include them in my videos, even though I've reviewed it like 100 million times. This first one being one of those products, and it's the Murad Oil Control Mattifier, and make sure that we can see it here. And this is one of my holy grail mattifying products. I use it as a primer, though it has SPF in it, but it's only SPF 15, which is like nothing for me. That's like a hat. And so I use this over top of my SPF, whatever SPF that I'm wearing, and I use this as a primer, and I find that it does an amazing job at matting the skin, not making it look too flat. Someone asked me if you have like super oily skin, can you use this, or will it work? And I was like, I don't have super oily skin, I just have like normal to oily skin. But I will say it's not one of those like intense matte primers or matte products where your skin looks like cardboard afterwards, which some people want because they really get very shiny and, you know, they need as much kind of prevention as possible. But this is not one of those products. It still looks very fresh and healthy on the skin, so it doesn't completely like make your skin like it's been powdered 10 times over. So for those that are super oily, I don't know, maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't work. I don't really know. But all I know is for me, I absolutely love it. I've been using it for years. If you follow my blog, you're probably like, yeah, we know. You talk about it all the time. But I felt the need, if anyone's new to my channel, I need to like talk about it again. All right, moving on to nail colors. So Essie's new summer collection, I have been all about it. The two colors that I've loved the most are this, which is like Coconut Cove, and it's a white shade. And this one is a red shade called Hiking Heels. Okay, so I wore white nails many years ago. I'm going to tell you a little story. I decided to go to the nail salon and I was like, I want to do white nails. I seen some girls doing it. It looks so great on them. So I think I went with Essie Blanc. Or whatever the Essie shade is, it's like really stark white. And it looks almost like white out on the nails. And I was working for YSL Beauty at the time. I was on my vacation, but I had to run into the office for a meeting. Anyway, we're in the conference room and the managing director happened to come in and she's talking. And then when we're all done with our meeting, she was like, can I just ask you what's on your nails? And I said, it's Essie. I said, I think it's like Blanc or something, or they're, you know, really bright white shade. And she's like, yeah, I'm really glad you're on vacation and enjoying yourself, but just, we don't want to wear that shade at the counter. I think it's a little much for, you know, the YSL image. And I was like, oh, okay. And I have to admit, my nails that I had white out on them, and it was so, like, just not that pretty. And it really kind of deterred me from wearing white nail polish for years until this one. Because I was like, I really love the look on people that I see, but I didn't want something super stark. And this is perfect for that. I've worn it a ton already on my blog and shown it on my Instagram. And I just find it's the perfect kind of subtle white shade for summer for the nails. And then Hiking Heels, I have this on my toes. This is like my third pedicure with it. It's just a gorgeous reddish orange. And I already used Geranium from Essie, which I really enjoy. And I have a bunch of red-orange nail polishes. It's one of my favorites. And lipsticks. I love red-orange lipsticks. So both of these from the summer collection have really been my favorites. And I had to talk about them because I've just been so excited to finally find a white nail polish that works for me and doesn't look like I was playing glue or white out. All right, two eye products or eyeshadows. It's Dior Solo Shadow in Cosmopolite. So it's like this kind of shimmery gold. And I bought two of these. So I bought Minimalism and Cosmopolite, and I talked about both of them in a recent haul video. I was really excited to use both, and they both swatched beautifully. Minimalism, the other one, was a little bit more sheer. This one is very pigmented. And I was excited to use both, and then I got them on my eyelids, and I didn't love them equally. I loved this one, which was a very bronzy, shimmery gold. And then the other one, minimalism, was a little too gray for me. I tend to move, if I'm not doing brown on the eyes, I like to go more towards like olive, olive greens, or even kind of neutral plums. But gray, I love the way gray looks on some girls, and they can really make a gorgeous gray smoky eye or just subtle gray, and I just don't always love it. Sometimes I'll find colors here and there. I mean, I'll still wear it, the Dior Minimalism, because as it deepens throughout the day, it does look kind of nice, but it's not my favorite. But this one, absolutely beautiful. All right, the next one I've reviewed already with swatches on my blog, and I've been wearing this a ton. The Lorac Pro Palette 3. Like, really buzzed about. Now, I'm going to shock you with my next statement. I don't have any of the Lorac Pro Palettes. Like, I don't have any of them. This is my first one. I'll let that just sink in for a second. All right, we okay? Because every time I tell people that, they're like, what? How? And I was like, I've seen them. I've been interested, but just not enough to like move forward to get to the palette. I don't know. I mean, I have so many palettes, and I can't always tell you what moves me to get one versus the other, whatever. But this one was just absolutely fantastic. I love that the top row is matte, the bottom row is shimmer. The colors are perfect for what I like. It's what's on my eyes today. And I've just been loving this palette. However, it's a lot of powder kick up, I will say that. And it gets really messy in the palette. And there is a lot of fallout under the eyes. So you will have to clean up a little bit. And it at first was a little bit annoying to me, but the colors work so well together and mixed together and separately, and I just kept going back for it every single day, and so clearly it was not a problem for me, and it was worth the color range, and the payoff and the pigmentation was worth the kind of extra little bits that I had to go around. But I will say that it has a little bit more paler shades in the palette rather than darker shades, so it may not be for everybody. I know, some of these paler shades may not work on every single skin tone, so I think it will work on a wide range, but just maybe not everybody. But for me, I just cannot get enough of this. I absolutely adore it. All right, lips. I am wearing the lip favorite for this month, and it's the NARS lip cover in Get Dirty. So I had the two bold shades. It was like a bold red and a fuchsia sent to me by NARS, and then I was loving those so much. They are a liquid lipstick, very full coverage, more matte, but a creamy matte, not a very dry, like, kind of matte. Those kind where you put it on your lips, you're like, wow, my lips are so dry. This is a very creamy matte, which I like. The formula for the lip covers. So I ordered the two nude shades because I was like, I saw swatches of them, I loved it, and I just got them the other day. I put them on my Instagram, and I went to go put them on my lips, and I loved Get Dirty, which is one of the nude shades, and then the other one, which I'm drawing a blank on what the name is, gorgeous on the swatch, and then I put it on my lips. No, it was awful. It was one of those shades where that like 90s lip look, and I mean, I have some 90s lip colors that work for me and my pale skin, but typically those things don't work for me, and it looked like mud on my lips. And I'm just too fair, and it just was, ugh. So I have to return that and bring that back, and I really am kind of bummed, but I really am loving this one and have been wearing it a ton. It's definitely a little more orange than I would gravitate towards. I like kind of a corally lip, but this is more of like a kind of a deeper brown to the orange. But I've been wearing it a ton. It's definitely stands out a little bit more. It's not a total neutral nude for me. All right, next is a fragrance that I've been loving. I just have the rollerball of it, and it is the Erin Mediterranean Honeysuckle. And it's going to be hard because the lighting is going to like totally. But this is by Erin, and I love her stuff. I absolutely love her body products and her fragrances. The Rose de Grace, you guys know, you're like, we get it, Mary, you love it. And her fragrances are just, every time I try one, I'm like, I like it. And that is very rare because I'm very particular about fragrances. So when I try from a certain line or something, I'll be like, I like that, I don't like that, I don't really like that, I kind of like that. But every time I try an Erin fragrance, I'm like, I like it again. This one is honey, you know, it smells very floral and, but a little bit citrusy, a little bit floral, and a little bit, I don't know. There's some sweetness, some floral, some citrus, and it's a very easy to wear fragrance. You know those fragrances that are just very easy to kind of put on and they're pleasant. They're not very kind of polarizing. We all have those fragrances in our collection that are very polarizing. Mine is Jo Malone's Pomegranate Noir. It is a fragrance that I absolutely adore, and then some people are like, that stuff is disgusting. So, but all of Erin's fragrances always seem to have like a pleasant scent to them where enough of the ingredients really, you know, appeals to so many people. So loving that one. And of course, like, her packaging is always beautiful, and just, it's just the whole aesthetic I just love. I'm here for it. All right. This next product is a new product that I've just been trying out, and I really kind of wasn't sure what I would think about it. And because, well, first of all, let me tell you what it is. It's the La Prairie, oh my gosh, the Cellular Swiss Ice Crystal Transforming Cream. So it's a sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 30. I have it in the shade 20 Nude. It's actually what I'm wearing today. I kind of wasn't, it's like a sunscreen, but tinted, but has anti-aging benefits. And anytime I hear like tinted sunscreen or tinted moisturizer, I'm always kind of like, I like my coverage, and I don't need like full coverage, but I like to have some coverage. I don't need just like nothingness. Some people, you know, want like just a nothingness. I like a little bit more of a somethingness. And so I kind of held off on kind of testing it, and then I was just like, let me just pull it out one day, and whoa. It was absolutely stunning. First of all, I don't apply it with my fingers. Like, because it is a sunscreen and tinted, some people may just kind of put it in their hands. I don't ever find tinted moisturizers or tinted sunscreens or anything like that that are really lightweight and sheer work best when applied with my fingers. I don't know. Maybe it's my fingers. Maybe I can't do it. Whatever. But I find that it works best with a brush, like a buffing brush, like the e.l.f. Flawless Foundation brush that I've talked about before. So good. And it just gives, now this is summer shade for me because it is a little dark for, let's say, the winter, but gives a beautiful natural matte finish. I thought it was going to be very shiny and dewy because it's sunscreen, and no, absolutely beautiful, lasts all day, and it just, my skin always looks so healthy while I'm wearing it. After I take it off, I find that if I'm wearing it for many, many days in a row, like I've been wearing it for like 7, 8, 9 days in a row, and I normally like to switch up my foundations every day or so, but I was like, I want to give this a go, and my skin would look better and better the more I would use it. So really unique product, but one that I could not do my favorites video without talking about because I've just been using it so much and I adore it. All right, this is an old product, not an old product, but it's a serum that I've had for at least for some time, and I pulled it back out because I had saw it in my skincare cabinet and I was like, oh, I forgot how much I love that. I want to bring that back out and start using it again. And it's the Lancome Visionaire Advanced Skin Corrector. Kind of mixed reviews I saw on this. Some people really loved it, and some people didn't see any results with it. I love it. It does a little bit of everything. So wrinkles, it helps with like any fine lines, it helps with enlarged pores, it helps with the texture of your skin. I used it at night, and within 2 to 3 days of using it again, when I brought it back into my routine, my skin just instantly felt a lot smoother. The texture, sometimes I get a little bumpiness on my forehead, or especially on my cheeks and that sort of thing, just little bumps. I don't know, that's not really blemishes, but there's sometimes little bumps, and instantly after 2 or 3 days, things were just beginning to smooth out, very calm. I find that any enlarged pore areas that I have just were looking very minimized. And I, pulled it back out and I was like, oh, that's why I really loved using it. And yeah, I kind of was, I move on to new stuff that I want to test out, but I will pull out products that I've used before in the past and bring it back. And, I'm definitely past half at this point, and I know that I'm going to finish this. But really recommend it if you're looking for something to help retexturize the skin, enlarge pores, but you also want to address anti-aging concerns. So I know that kind of is a broad spectrum, but it kind of does, a little bit of everything. And the final one is a cleanser, and it is the Retrove Luminous Cleansing Elixir. And Retrove is a newer skincare line to the market. They're pretty much only sold at Bergdorf Goodman, I believe. But I had tried a few of their products. My mom loves their face moisturizer, which I have given her one, and she absolutely loves it. It's really rich, but it makes her skin so firm and radiant and keeps her skin just looking very healthy. But I was really excited to try their new cleansing elixir. I mean, first of all, I love trying cleansers, but a cleansing elixir, yeah, I'm going to need that. And luminous cleansing elixir, like put all those three words together and I'm like, I need it. Put it on my face. It is very, very rich. It's like a rich, smooth balm. Like it has a lot of good slip to it, but not like a silicone-y slip. And it's not super oily like, let's say, the Emma Hardy. And it's not really kind of thick. I don't know whether anyone's tried the Zelens liquid cleansing balm. That has a little bit of like a, I don't know, like a pull to the skin. You really have to kind of work it really like intensely into the skin. This falls right in the middle. It's rich enough, but buttery enough, but soft enough, but has, definitely some weight to it. I love using it. I mean, I could use it to remove makeup, but I feel like that's such a waste for like all these great, the oils in it and the great ingredients in it. I don't want to waste that removing my makeup. So I tend to use it as a second cleanse. So I really like to just massage it in and just really let it sit on the skin for like 2 to 3 minutes. And then I rinse it off just with, warm water, or I can use a washcloth, which I have found leaves my skin super soft afterwards. Definitely a more, a pricier cleansing elixir, but it is so glorious when on the skin. And really, kind of a different texture than what I currently have. I have a lot of cleansing balms, but I found that it really kind of fell right in the middle of like those really rich ones and those really kind of thin, oily ones. It was just a really great blend of all of them. And then the final thing that I wanted to talk about, so that's all my June beauty favorites, but I thought it'd be fun to do another giveaway, and I was like, I gotta give away one of the products that I talked about. So I have an extra one in my collection of the Oil Control Mattifier, the Murad one, so I thought it'd be fun to do a giveaway with this, and I will I will write everything down in the description box below of how to enter. And that's it. Those are all my June beauty favorites. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.